Hi everyone, today I'm going to make a video to show you how to use the basic functions in 2D in AutoCAD. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open a new drawing, and you can do that by clicking on New on that tab. And as you can see at this moment I am in the 3D modeling workspace. So to change that I'm going to go to this little gear that says workspace. I'm going to drafting and annotation. Then I'm going to drag this down so it connects or is fixed to the bottom of your workspace. Then I'm going to add the show menu bar, so I'm going to use the menu bar quite a lot. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the commands on the home tab. In the next video we'll go into insert, and then the next one annotate, and all of these above. So to start with, the very first command is a line command. So you can click on the line command or you can hover above it, and it gives you a short description of how to use this command. So I'm going to click on the line command. Alternatively, you can type in L enter, and that will also take you to the line command. So the line command works. You click on a starting point and you drag it as far as you want it and any direction that you want. So you can drag it at 360 in any direction that you want from that starting point. So if you want to draw the line to a specific length, let's say 10, you can click the start point, then type in 10 on your keyboard, hit enter, and it will create a line that's exactly 10 millimeters long. So then from that second point that you got, that's going to be 10 millimeters from the first point, you can rotate in any direction that you want. And as you can see, I can rotate my line, and it's in intervals of 45 degrees. So you can set that in this polar tracking. So you can right click on that and select the increments that you want. So I'm going to go to line enter again. So I hit L and enter, and it jumps to that endpoint, and you can set that by enabling the object snapped or pressing F3. And you can also select right click, and you can select which points it should jump to. It's not a good idea to enable all of them, because in a busy drawing it's going to jump to everything in your drawing. So I'm going to keep my object snap on, and then I'm going to go to that endpoint, and I'm going to click, and then I can go in any direction that I want. So I'm going to go down 90 degrees from that first line that I drew, and type in 10 enter to make a line of 10 millimeters. Then I'm going to go to this side 10 millimeters and up 10 millimeters. So as you can see, it joined exactly on that line. So that's pretty basic what the line command does. So next we're going to go to a polyline. So a polyline is quite, well, it's quite the same as the line command. So you click your starting point, then you can type in the length of your second point, or you can just drag it as far as you want. So I'm going to click there, and then I'm going to go to my third point, fourth point, fifth point. So the thing about a polyline is it joins all the line segments that you've drawn. With the line command, all of the lines are individual lines. So the polyline joins all the lines. And another thing about the polylines is you can select the line, you can hover above that center, and you can convert the line to an arch. So you can drag it out as far as you want, and it's converted that line to an arch. Alternatively, you can go into the polyline command, drag to the side, and hit A, enter, so you start drawing with arches instead of a line, but this is all going to be joined because it's a polyline. So as you can see, it's one object. So for the next command on this home tab, it's the circle command. You click on that, or alternatively you can hit C, enter. So to draw a circle, you're going to start with the center point. So you can click anywhere and start dragging to the side, and you'll see it's going to give you the size of the radius. Alternatively, you can hit D, enter, then you're going to draw a circle by diameter. So let's say the diameter of the circle is 10, so you just hit 10. So I'm going to go into circle again, get that center point, and I'm going to draw the same circle but with the radius. I'm going to hit 5, and as you can see, it's exactly the same size. So that's a basic use of the circle function. There are more complex uses of the circle function, but I'm just going to show you the basics. So the next command is an arch. It's a simple command. It's almost like Polyline when you go into the arch function. So you click your first point, your second point, and then it's going to keep those 2 points, and you can drag the third point anywhere you want, but it's going to keep those 2 points. And you click on the third point where you want, and there you have an arch. So the next command is a rectangle. So you can click on the rectangle command, and then you click a start point, then you click your second point. Alternatively, what you can do is you can click the rectangle, you can click your start point, hit D, enter to go into dimension mode, and then you enter the size of the first side, and then the size or the length of the second side, and then you can just click, and it's drawn a rectangle exactly to the dimensions that you have specified. So the next command is going to be an eclipse. Same as a circle. You click your center point, then you click your second point, is going to be the width or the height of your eclipse, and then the third point is going to be stretched out as far as you need it. So the next command, I'm going to need an object in my border. Well, before we move on, I've missed one command. This is the polygon command. So you click on the center. It's going to use a circle to draw your polygon. I'm going to enter 5 sides for my polygon, and I'm going to make it an edge. So I'm going to make it inscribed in a circle, so I'm going to leave it at default, and then you just drag it out to the size that you want. So for my next command, I'm going to need an object in my drawing. I'm going to use the hatch command. So the hatch command, it's just to fill whatever object you want, or alternatively, if you're drawing a house, to fill the walls, you're going to need the hatch command. So the hatch command is very simple. You can click a point, or you can select edges or boundaries of an object. So for the first example, I'm going to click on pick a point, and then you just pick a point inside of an object. So as you can see, it is that all lines going at a 45-degree angle, and you can change the scale. So as you can see, it's quite close. The lines are quite close at the moment, so I'm going to make it 50, and it spaces all the lines at 50. And you can also, on this pattern of the hatch, you can change the angle. So let's say I turn it 45 degrees, and then the lines are going to be straight up. If I make it 135, they're going to be horizontal, and so on. So there are quite a few patterns that you can use. Let's just make that scale a little bit smaller so you can see. So there's a solid, the angles, but it's at an angle of 135, so let's just make that 0. So there's angles, the normal hatching for walls, bricks, and you can cycle through all of these patterns to create the custom hatching that you want. Let's just see if I can scale this correctly so that it shows the correct forms. Sometimes it's necessary to go into smaller details and it will display like this brick wall. And there's a net. There are quite a few that you can choose. You can just cycle through the patterns or objects that you want just by clicking on these arrows, and then you can say close the hatch creation. The thing with the hatch is you can always click on it to go back into that hatch editor, and you can change it if it still doesn't look the way you want. You can close it again, and there you have a hatch. So the next one we're going to use is move. So this is going to be on the modify tab. The first instructions or commands that I've shown you is on the draw tab. So for my next video I'm going to show you how to use all of the commands on the modify tab. So I hope this basic 2D video helped you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.